What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. Today we're recording this video in the middle of the storm. I'm going to try to upload this video, but I don't know what time it will get posted. Um, so today is the 28th of October, Tuesday. Wasn't a bad day in the markets. So let's go over the trades that I took today. So starting out, I took a sell down here, just a starter position on on gold. I think it ran to about 20 something dollars in profit before it came back to stop me at break even. I didn't wake up in time for London session because I was up all night just checking on the storm activity and all of that. However, there were some beautiful opportunities presented in the market. So let's start from the higher time frame. So starting out with gold. So we sold off, did a nice little retracement back up into this daily candle. See if I can get this back up into this daily candle, and then we just I'd have to check what we hit here on the lower time frame, and then we just sold off. So we break below this broke below this demand level that was holding us up, and we came close to the previous monthly low and tapped into this um, demand level, and now we at equilibrium of this range. Let me find back the chart. Press the wrong thing. Need to zoom this in. So now we at equilibrium of this whole range. So the discount is all the way down here, equilibrium is here, and premium is here, and we're getting a reaction from this daily demand level that we can get a bounce come all the way back up here. So we came down to this previous monthly high, I should have said, and it's the equilibrium of this whole entire range. So quite a decent pullback, and we're getting a little bit of a relief bounce from there. So that is what I kind of capitalize on. So on Nasdaq, we're still going up. This thing is still bullish. ES a little bit weaker, S&P a little bit weaker, and the US 30 a little bit weaker. So we're still going up, respecting this gap. We kind of open with a little bit of a gap here. I took a sell on this today. Not much follow through. Didn't get the best of entry either. But yeah. On the lower time frame now, going down to the 4 hour, this is what we look like. So this is the relief bounce on gold. Tapped into this gap previous. I think this is a previous daily gap. It's either a daily or a weekly. I think it's a daily, weekly. Yeah, because it's right here. I think it's a weekly gap. So that's why what we tapped perfectly and got this bounce. I didn't catch it at the lows here. That would have been lovely, but we didn't come. Wasn't on the chart at that time. And US 100, like I say, still going up. Had a little bit of a pullback during the overnight session, and as soon as NYSE opened, we just went for the highs. So this one is the weaker of the three. This and yeah, this one is the weaker of the three, and I caught a sell from somewhere up here, came out, and the market's kind of moving sideways because tomorrow is I think non-farm payroll. I don't know if I'll have internet, so I might not be able to trade that move tomorrow. Might not even be able to look during London session because the internet is in and out and the light as well. So currently that is what's going on. And I'm going to skip over the 1 hour time frame. And the 15 minute, this is where I took a sell thinking we would have gotten some deeper follow through. That didn't happen. And I re-entered on this fair value gap here. There was a fair value gap here. This one. Re-entered on this fair value gap here. We came up into this supply zone. Wanted to sell it again here, but I didn't want to put on too much risk, being as the internet is unstable and I wasn't able to manage. So I just left it. So we sold coming all the way back down to equilibrium here, and I realized we're not getting much follow through. So I just took off majority of the position down here and see we're reacting like we want to hold here and curl back up higher. So I am pretty much done for the day. I'm just gonna sit on the sidelines, observe if I can, because I might lose internet access. But yeah, I made back. I'm up almost 1% on this account again. Let me show you on US 100. I took a sell here and it came back to stop me out, and I held another sell. It came into profit here and then it came back to stop me at break even. So I could have managed this one a little bit better, and I also wanted to add when I got a retrace here, but I didn't get the opportunity to, because when I prepped the magic keys to add, the internet went and I had to just leave it. And I like using magic keys so I can manage the risk properly. But nevertheless, the trading day turned out pretty decent. So seems like we're creating a new high here. But let me go to trading view now and show you how we could have capitalized on some of these moves if we can get it to actually connect. So like I said, the internet is in and out. All right, so this was where I took the sell in the night, somewhere right around here. Think I said, like I said, I went into about 20 something dollars profit before it came back. I just took like 0.01 just to test it. Um, at the 430 to 450 to 510 macro, we could have gotten entry for the buys. That was the low of the day after we tapped into the daily, the weekly opening gap that I showed you on MT5. This macro also gave us an entry opportunity because we respected this. Clear here. So we respected this order block here, and then now we came back down inside of it here, and this was the entry that I wanted, but I wasn't on the chart right around here. This was the 850 to 910 macro. Didn't get an entry right there or an entry over here. So when it came up, as I didn't quite run these highs, and then it came back into this fair value gap. So when it came back into this fair value gap here and I realized it's respecting it, I just decided to take a buy inside of, I don't remember which exact candle that I got into, one of these candles, and just decided to hold with my stops below here and catch this rally. It it didn't move quite fast, but after selling off so much, this is a pretty decent push. I didn't use, I think I risked like less, I think I was like 1/4% of the account because I didn't like the entry, and like I said, I'm just trying to manage my risk being as I don't have the strongest internet connection with the current conditions. So I just manage my risk properly, entered here, put my stops below there, and targeted these highs up here. So we came up and we ran London highs before we reversing now. So we might be continuing lower or pulling back into some type of fair value gap here. And I think this candle here would be an order block on the 1 hour or the 30 minutes time frame. So we could come back down here and do a bit more accumulating to go higher, or we could come down and run these lows, providing that we get enough volume. But everything is a bit tentative now, waiting on the news driver tomorrow. So that is it on gold. On US 30, let me show you on, I'll pull up the MT5 now. So this is Nasdaq 100. See, I took the sell here after we ran up into a whole number. I think it was almost 2600. Ran into this, and I decided to take the short here. Came into a bit of profit, and then it came back up. I added somewhere here, and if my stop was a little bit higher, I wouldn't have been stopped out, but I was risking like $50. So my stop should have been essentially above these guys, or at least above this one, and I would have been fine. But we came up, I got stopped out, and like I said, I was managing the gold trade, so I didn't even get to realize that I could have like shifted the stop a little bit higher. I think I lost like $48 because I was risking 1/4% on that, or 1/2% on that. Yeah, I was risking 1/2%. So I could have put the stop up here for maybe like 50 to $55 and capitalize on this bit of a short here. But nevertheless, still ended up playing out decent. The other position that I had here came all the way down here. Didn't get much follow through. So um I went break even and it came back to stop me out here because I decided unless I'm getting at least 1 to 3, then I'm not going to necessarily partial. But because this is a technically a counter trend trade, so I decided to manage this one a bit more. I should have taken off some, but it was floating, I think, like $30 at the lows down here. And it came down several times, but no follow through to the downside. So I just decided to take a break even on this one and on US 30. Let's see if I can find control M. Let's see template. So on US 30, show you the two trades. So I entered here trying to get the continuation, and then I sold again here. Went into a bit of a drawdown. We tapped into this um, supply level up here. I could have my stops was all the way above here. I could have possibly waited until inside the macro to get a better entry, but I just decided to, you know, risk it above the highs because I was managing the other trades. Didn't get much follow through. We sold come all the way down here back to equilibrium, and I just took off one position, the one that was low, and I took off the other, took off some profits off here, And I just decided, you know what, let me just close this because I realized I'm not getting much follow through on these markets. I just took it off here and we went back up higher. So the perfect entry on these. So inside the 950 to 1010 macro, you could have gotten better, decent entries for the sell. Just no follow through. So see we in lunchtime and I don't know what kind of news came out and give us the spike. And on US 30, it's pretty much the same thing. So the sell was here inside this macro right here after we had this push. So this macro gave us a little bit of a retracement and we came down, but this macro at 1050 to 1110 gave us a decent push target in these lows. A little over 130 points depending on your entry. I entered based off the fair value gap that was here, so my entry was right around here, and I had my stops above the highs. So nice, decent trade there, and that is where I called it a day. So let us see what happens tomorrow for NFP. I might not trade it because the internet might be gone, but I will do a review if I can. So until next time, guys, thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. And for the guys that are in Jamaica, stay safe.